Hey guys, so today we're looking at a new mod, well, not new, new to me, that I was just introduced and it just got updated, called PlanBuild Blueprint Rune. So I went in and I did what I was, what it says here about this rune. I had to craft the blueprint rune, and it says press P to toggle between planning and blueprint mode. So I haven't gotten that far yet, but in blueprint mode you copy existing structures, like a .blueprint file or a vbuild, which BuildShare uses the vbuilds as well. They're also supported. They're used to create blueprints. They're replicas of your saved structure. There is a server enforced config option to allow you placing the blueprints as regular pieces. Do this by pressing Control while you're placing the blueprint. And then it goes on to tell you more. So I went in to my workbench, and when you click on it, there is this new option here, Blueprint Rune, after you download it, of course. And it just takes 10 stone. And what that basically is sort of like your hammer. It's up here in my inventory. I'm dragging it around there. It kind of equips the way your hammer does. So then when you go out, say you want to build a structure, but you don't have all the materials, you can do it this way. Like, for instance, say you take it out and it says bonfire plan. Now, when you first download it and make the rune, it's going to take a while depending on if you play vanilla or if you use building mods. If you use building mods, it has to load every single piece that it supports. So I sat here for a good 5 minutes while it said new crafting recipe 4, and then it loaded them all. All right, so I'm going to come up here just for an example. To show you what I'm talking about, because the land over here is more flat. My world is so glitchy. Today I'm going to be removing a lot of the mods to make space for new ones to do videos on. I have a folder on my desktop that says unused mods, and that's where I put the ones that I'm not doing the videos on. Alright, so here we go. We equipped the rune, if you see it in his hand down there. And then, say you want to do the bonfire, but you don't have the material for it. You can do this, and it temporarily, you can barely see it. It's a little too, the opacity on it's a little too dark. I'll have to look to see if you can turn that up a little bit, but you can kind of still see the outline. And then when you walk up to it, it tells you to add material. So you would put the materials in 1 through 8, or by holding your action button, which on a controller for me, I use an Xbox controller, is A, but on keyboards and stuff it's E. So now that'll stay there. Now say I want to come over here and I want to do a totem. There's a totem. I want to plan build him. I just set him there. You can barely see his outline, but he is there. So it's really cool because you can pre-build a house or a building or, you know, anything. You can pre-build it, leave it there, and then whenever you're ready, go over and add the materials to actually build it. But make sure you place it where you want it, guys. Don't just like build it for no reason. But that is how that works. It's a pretty nice thing. Now it says to, let me go back here. He says to toggle P between planning and blueprint. So let's check that out. So let's hit the, let me put that on and hit P. Okay, so that loaded a bunch of new stuff. House, well. Oh, those are my V-builds. That stuff that I had in the V-build creates a blueprint of a structure. So it added the V-builds in that I have. Creates a new, okay, so let's see. Creates a new blue, selected pieces flash green. Oh, I see. So then I would have to come over and actually, okay, let's see. I would have to pick a structure. All right, let's go do the well. All right, now how do can I, if I hold shift in this, nope. So this basically does the same thing that BuildShare does with saving. I don't know why it keeps flipping though. I'm not doing anything. Like I just walk forward and it starts flipping around in circles. So we'll have to check that out in more detail. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about this. But it's kind of like BuildShare. See it? It's highlighting because it's wanting me to create a blueprint of this. In other words, I want to save my well and build it somewhere else. So that would make a blueprint of it. But it's a lot like BuildShare. If you remember in my last video, there was no way to just pick the one detail, the one thing that I want. Like I want this whole, let's see what happens. Create a new blueprint. Center point marker. What's this? Snap point. Undo blueprint. Cancel plans. Oh, that's Loki's castle. Oh, that's funny. It shows it. Yeah, there's my well. I see it in my face. My workflow building. That's my house, but it has the, because of the way that BuildShare is, it attached my snap point marker. These markers are consumed when creating a blueprint and are saved in the blueprint as snap points instead of normal pieces. Center point marker. This marker is consumed when creating a blueprint and will be used to determine the center of your blueprint. Okay, that still doesn't, okay, like I don't want that, so get off that. No, like That is not what I want. Let's go back to cancel. How about that? Cancel. Okay. This one is a little bit more difficult to understand, where BuildShare is pretty straightforward. I'll have to get with the mod dev and ask a few questions. Like I said, this is not a showcase. This is just a little bit of a sneak peek in at the mod itself, because another person had brought this mod to my attention because of the issues I was having with BuildShare. Because on BuildShare you can't, and I don't see that on here either. Like, I just wanted to save my house, just my house, nothing else. There's no way for me to mark the 4 corners front to back and just save my building, my house. When I went to save it, it saved the well, it saved the my garden, it saved part of my building up on the hill for my production. It wouldn't just save my house because it's built around radius. You put a number in for radius, and the radius, because I have a long house, goes length and width. There's no if I could just come down and see, what I wanted to do is come down and go, okay, stand here, open it up, click on current position, and it would put it in. And then I could go over here and go a little bit to the left of it, just like on the other side, go a little bit to the right. And you want to be a little bit in front too, because you don't want to be right beside it. You want to kind of give it a little room. And like this, and then put current position for the second slot. And then come back here and do the same thing in the back, so that you have it saved. Like, go here and put position 3, and then you go over here and you would put position 4, and then you would toggle true and false and have it highlight the entire building to show you exactly what you're saving. And then you just hit save. You hit, yep, that's what I want. And it doesn't have that option, and it's kind of a bummer, because I could save my construction building, because I could go around back and do it, and it's not that big. And I could save my well by itself, because I put like 2 feet or 4 feet or whatever it was, and it just highlighted my well because it's small. I didn't do my garden because I can build that anywhere. And then I also saved my building down below, my little mini mall, and I saved that with no issues. But because all this stuff is surrounding the house, and the house is so long, and it only offers one place to enter in the radius, for me to put the full radius to cover the entire house front to back, it meant saving all the stuff around it. And so I didn't like that. Well, anyways, somebody introduced me to this mod and said, hey, check this one out, you know, get with the dev on it and everything, see what you think. I haven't had a chance to get with the mod dev because, like I said, I just did this. This is just a showcase. Or not a showcase, I'm sorry. This is a sneak peek. I will do a showcase when I further understand how to use it. But for now, it does look really cool. I like the way that you can actually just set stuff out on the ground. Pre-build, I guess, is what I would say. You can pre-build it and have it sit there and see, now I went all around my house and I'm coming back and it's still there. The ward is still right here. And let's see the fire. Okay, well, the bonfire is gone. Interesting. Well, the bonfire disappeared. I don't know if you have a set time limit or something to build it. It didn't say that I saw, but like I said, I didn't dig deep into this, dive deep into it and check it all out. I'm just showing you a sneak peek. Once I know more about this, then I will, oh, there it is, I think, right there. Yep. It's just so invisible, you know. At least this has more white to it where you can actually see it better. I wish the things on the ground did too, because when it's foggy, you'll walk right by it. It's right here, though. The only reason I found it was because the writing lit up to add material. So anyways, it looks really cool for the pre-built stuff. I'm not sure about the saving stuff. And if it's doing V-builds the same way BuildShare does, then I'm assuming it works the same way as BuildShare as far as the V-builds go. I'll have to look at that further, because with BuildShare, it has a really nice like when you open it up to build, you can actually move the axis and orbit and everything else up, down, left, right, front, back. You can actually move the building where you want it to by playing around with these. That was really cool. That's what I wanted for the save. You can put in your current location, but then your radius is everything. It's everything around you. So I wish that they had this where I could actually go in and put my 4 corners. I wish it had little boxes like this where the radius is, to put in current locations each time on all 4 corners of your building, and then have it, you know, down here at the bottom you hit, you know, display true, and have it just highlight what you just marked and then save just that. That's what I'm looking for, but I'm not finding it. So hopefully when I get with the dev of this mod, this Rune building mod, they can show me how to use it a little bit more, you know, or tell me, not show me, but tell me how to use it a little bit more, and understand it a little bit better. Because if I can save my house with the Rune build mod, and I learn how to use that, I will do away with BuildShare, because they are not updating InSlim or BuildShare. And this is a very active mod dev. So, and I appreciate that. That's really good. To put a mod out there that works and then walk away from it for a while, and people are having issues with it, and you're not responding back to them or anything else, or fixing the issues or addressing anything, it doesn't mean the mod is going to continue to keep working. With all the updates and the other mods and everything else that people are using, and not updating it when the game and other mods and loaders and stuff update, not updating your mod causes your mod to fail, which is what happened. But I found a workaround, which you guys saw in my other video about the InSlim BuildShare. I found a way to make it work as far as the way it's supposed to work, but they're not adding or they're not doing anything with it, where this mod dev is very active. If there's any questions or concerns or anything, I have no doubt and I have total faith that the mod dev will address the issues and take care of his mods. So there's that. This is really cool. So let's check out something else. Let's like grab this and go cancel plans. No, see, now how do I get back? Oh, P. That's right. It's P. So let's hit P. Oh, there we go. Now we're back to building. Ha ha ha. Pretty nifty. All right, so say I want to put a wall here. I want to plan the construction of a wall. All right, so I want one there. And I want one there. I want one there. The only thing is, with it being white like that, is you can't really see the snap-in points. You kind of have to play with it until it like pulls it. It's like a magnet almost, where it pulls it down. This is really neat. So then I could do that, and then say I wanted to add a little rooftop to it. But I don't have the... Let me turn that over. All right. I don't have the materials currently to make it. Then I can do this. I could build an entire house, not worry about the monsters coming and destroying it, because it's just a outline. It's not the actual building. But I could do all this, build an entire house. Once I get the house figured out the way that I want it to be, that way you're not busting it down and tearing it apart, all that good stuff. Not sure why this one piece is a little bit, is it turned different? No. Not sure why that one piece looks lighter than the rest. It's funny. But anyways, so there I have the roof started and a wall system. And then say I can do the other side, plan the other side, take a look at it and be like, all right, so now I'll walk up, grab all my material, take everything out of my inventory, put nothing but material in, and just come down here and add material. And it's like instantly building a house. That is phenomenal. That in itself is fantastic. I'm not sure about the other stuff that I was explaining earlier, but this stuff, this right here, this is awesome. This is so cool. You could build and furnish an entire house without actually building and furnishing it, and then come back in and finish it. And if you play with other people, it's really neat, because if you're offline and somebody else comes online, they can walk up to it and add pieces and finish it also. Very cool. All right, so this is just a sneak peek, guys. Like I said, once I get more information on how more of the features work and I play around with it a little bit more and talk to them in Discord and actually know what I'm talking about, because I don't. Like I said, this is not one that I've ever used. Somebody had just mentioned it to me last night when they saw my video about how upset I was over BuildShare not being able to save. They said, hey, there's this. Why don't you check this out? And I was like, huh. So I thought I would. And thus far, I'm very impressed. Very impressed indeed. All right, this is my sneak peek. And I'll let you guys know more as I know more. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.